Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.4 features with me, Meoni. A lot of features have been added and we've gone through quite a few of them, but it's important that I make videos on this stuff so we can refer back to them in the future. A lot of people take this stuff for granted after it's been in the game for a while, including quality of life changes. One of the biggest quality of life changes seen in this patch is actually to the party finder and duty finder system. So if we go into the party finder, the party finder, at least on the western regions of the world, unlike some of the other regions, is used to facilitate finding pre-made groups for things. A lot of people go through this system rather than simply queuing up for the high-end duty system through here, which some people I know on the Japanese and other regions do actually use that. But over in the West, we use this a lot of the time. As you can see, people are creating various different groups of things. For the demonstration of this video, as this person, hello there, in the background recognizes me. I love people who recognize me. I'll send them a DM afterwards saying hello. For the purposes of this, we've created, my girlfriend's created a private party so that we don't upset anyone else. And as you can see, you might not necessarily click and read everything that's before you. Some people, unfortunately, in this video game do not read anything that is given to them in front of them in the dialogue box. And this could be quite detrimental. For example, in this example that we have created here, this, if it was a publicly listed group, would actually indicate the order of which people were expecting a mount, or in this case, a minion would be acquired. And this is not something that's unheard of. Groups like this do exist, where they have a priority system. Now, you might not necessarily see this, and you might join one of the groups, the many groups, the trial groups or whatever it might be for a mount or whatever run, and then go, wait, why are people passing on this and why are they getting angry at me for rolling on this stuff? A lot of the rules that people abide by, that they want you to you know, stick to, whether this is a certain tactic, a strategy for a specific fight, maybe they're using a certain person's strategy to do a thing, and you join, you don't read this, and then you fail the mechanic. You wonder, why did the party disband, or why was I removed from the party? Well, 9 times out of 10 in those situations, it's because people didn't read the text. So if I join this party for the purposes of this, just put a password so we don't upset anyone else here, just for this demonstration, our lucky 7s, we're going to join this party. You'll notice that when I join this party, in our chat log, we're actually going to be given the same information that we should have read previously. So it says you join Frambo's party for the 8th-a-thon. The objective, now she's put none here, but the comment section, it says clearing for a minion, smiley face. Order of which you join gets minion. Bring food, right? So this specifically was a cross-world party. So I know as a person here that I get reminded that these are the rules. So if somebody doesn't understand this, they can refer very easily to the fact that not only in the party finder, which may have closed at this point, right? It might be full and they might have already queued into the dungeon. They would immediately see the set stuff that people wanted for this run in the actual dialogue box itself. So that's worth noting and worth being aware of, and I think this is going to be a huge game changer, especially for farming content or progression, because a lot of these groups will be real sticklers about this, and it's their right to be like that, right? Muffinware, that's a fantastic comment. But essentially, if I joined that group for the Voidcast Deus Extreme, I would have Muffinware displayed in the chat. But yeah, for a raid situation, there might be, I don't know, there might be information regarding any rules or things that people might be doing for Savage. Oh dear. But let's say, I mean, there might be a good example here. Here we go. Ether cut, Ether limit cut, know what to do, color pairs. So if I was to join this 9th circle run, they even have a link to a plan that they've set out, and I was to not even pay attention to this, and the party finder ended and we wiped because I didn't follow this. It was already very clear that they had set this up. that even if I didn't read that, they would be able to refer back to it to me in the chat and know that I was a potato for not reading it. It's as simple as that. I think this is a positive thing. Some people might think, I don't know. I don't think anyone can think negatively about this, because hopefully it posts people into like the devil's advocate situation as well. Like, if something isn't posted and they don't mention a strategy or something that they want to utilize, and they don't mention it at all, but suddenly you come to a mechanic and you wipe and people complain about this or they disband, you can refer back to the point where it's like, well, nothing was said about a strategy that was being employed and nothing was put into the dialogue box. So you can play both sides of it. It's going to mean that things are much easier to refer to. It can answer any questions that you might have as a player. And at least on the Western regions, this is going to make pugging slightly less irritating, although people will still probably say that they didn't put something when they did, or they didn't put something and say that they did, but you can actually refer back to the fact that is to the contrary. Anyway, much love. Enjoy the rest of your time zone. Hopefully this is used for positive gain, and I'll see you all next time. But, you know, players will be players at the end of the day. We'll see. Time will tell. But at least this is another way of making sure that we can at least attempt to make things easier for people.